We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go. 8 read. Drop. Rock it. Rock it. Check. Check 25. Let's go.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Let's go.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. The 60 outlaw. Hey, high 7. Mike 37. Bound to lose 1.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schaefer. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Look at me. Score.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Here's Locke back near his goal line. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's go.
At their own 37-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 26. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Ready?
53, check 53.
Bravo. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schaefer. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
50, plant.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Schaefer. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Alpha.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock going deep for Diggs. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
It's third down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
On third and long, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
With the score, Packers 3, Vikings 0.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, Lamar.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Vikings 48-yard line.
Set up. 60 outlaw. Hey, wahoo. Let's go.
Off play action. Schaefer looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 36 yards on the play. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Echo. Get it.
2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Schaefer. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Diggs with a good footwork. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Hey, Charlie.
Block will try again on 2nd down. He's got Smith here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really doesn't. The best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Check, check. Fresno. Watch the edge.
Here's Locke to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And down inside the 15 he goes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Let's go. 50, play.
Better bring it. You better bring it. Let me know right now. You better bring it.
Hey.
Switch. 36.
Hit it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made by Delano Hill. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Yep.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Exit. Check it out.
Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
60 outlaw.
I'm coming.
Smooth.
44's Mike. Check. You can't block me.
Get it.
Back to throw. Schaefer. Hard throw, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back.
It got his man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Block now to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike's 50. Too little.
Block going to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Fight.
Now lock again. And Diggs has it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
But one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
61, matchbox, lights.
Again, it's locked. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, orbit.
54. My 50.
Locke looks to throw it again. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Go. Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot,
and the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 64 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Corey Grant, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 50, plant. Rock it.
Now a handoff looking right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe just a little inspirational speech. Who knows?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Tighten up.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Now he's flushed out left. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Break.
53 for Mike. Here we go.
Go.
Check.
5.
Check.
2.
On 1st and 10, Schaefer. The throw taken in by Sims. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Ready.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 1st down, Grant. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The outlaw.
Here we go.
Bravo.
To throw on 2nd down, Schaefer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
He's checking. Crash. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 31. Get it.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We go. 10-2 soft. Look at me. Go. Now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it here with Logan. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 10. Hard. Be careful.
They run again with Logan. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is good.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. It's complete to Diggs. Fighting his way through contact. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set, 8, read. Screen. Go. Check it.
On 2nd down, it's Logan. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
54's Mike. Check. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Block. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Logan. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Logan, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Schaefer. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Schaefer. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Grant. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll go with Jones, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Coming to you, coming to you. Show it out, show it out. No, no, no.
Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Mike 50.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Hey, Mike 50.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Let's go, let's go.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 47 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
And again this time to the tailback. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Hey, Sam on. Get it.
This is Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? They'll keep it on the ground. Logan, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And this one is right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Schaefer. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Back. Hey, exit.
Back to throw. Schaefer. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the